great day when you're hanging around. Nothing's ever gonna bring me down. Good times are coming our way. Whenever, wherever, whatever today.
Today is going to be a great day. I am Nikki G, your host, and welcome to the Lone Doctrine, the food for thought exploration station and your place in making today better than yesterday. We've been diving into the concept of significance. We spend most of our lives in this constant race towards success. I believe success is an individualized metric system. We may be influenced by the world around us, social norms, social status, but when it comes down to the real picture, the real deal, everyone's definition of success is different. But what about significance? Significance, some would say, is a higher level of happiness beyond just success. It's understanding your purpose and working hard to bring meaning to this one and only life. Thousands of people went to bed last night and thousands did not wake up. But you are here now for a reason. Some would say success is getting what you want on a superficial level. Now, it's not to say that success isn't important, but one common thing that I've seen in some of the people who would be seen as successful, having everything you always wanted, a house, fancy cars, lots of vacations, lots of money, are some of the most unhappy people I've ever encountered. Trying to buy happiness, buying peace, that's superficial success. Significance isn't about letting go of goals, aspirations, and dreams. It's about pursuing those paths with a deeper meaning, bringing benefit to others, and some may say making your mark on this world in this one life. Whatever it means to you, life is much more fulfilling when we're in this so-called life together. Innately, we are a social species, but it seems as though we're growing farther apart. The mere act of compassion seems to be a rare accord, but also in the same breath, I've seen new light coming out of the darkness. I'd like to share this recent study I've found that proved that compassion can really shape the way we treat each other. I don't know about you, but even in the slightest way, kindness shown by a stranger can turn my frown upside down. There are many ways of significance, many ways that we can stay awake, and some may refer to this concept as staying woke. Is that the way to say it? This study brought in some actors and just had them sit in chairs. And one of the actors had a broken foot. And some of the people who were sitting in there were not actors. Now, the actors were told when the girl with the broken foot in a full cast and crutches came in for them not to get up, not to offer their chair, just to see how the other people would react around them. Now, life can be so overwhelming. This study didn't necessarily say that the people who did not get up are bad people. It's because sometimes we're so disconnected to the world around us or so distracted by all the stimulation that sometimes we miss those moments of compassion. Now, they tested on how we can reconnect, how we can create more significance, how we can find ourselves not so distracted and overstimulated that we don't miss these very innate ways that we can respond to each other and treat each other with kindness. So they tried mindfulness and meditation. Now, some of you may say, oh, not this silly woohoo stuff. Well, meditation is just one way of many for us to almost take out the trash. Now, here's how the study went. Some of those people practiced meditation. Some of them don't. And they found that 50% more of the people who did practice mindfulness and meditation were the ones to get up and offer their chair. Now, this is something that you can try at home to create significance in your own life. There are so many ways. There are YouTube videos, there are apps. I'm sure you have somewhere where you can go, whether a yoga studio. There are ways for you to try this, for us to stay not overstimulated and not disconnect to the world around us. We are innately compassionate. We actually have a sense of what's right and wrong, but along the way, with the influence of the world, we become desensitized. This is one of many reasons why I created this podcast. I feel it's just as important to feed our minds as well as our bodies in order to live a full and abundant life. As we experience inevitable hardships, challenges, we become less prone to pull towards significance. By being here today, you're feeding your mind with the good stuff. When we're overrun by the negative, that can and will become a comfort zone if we neglect our mental well-being. I read a description of this thought by Dan Clark, and he said, "It's like walking into a room that stinks so bad that you want to retch. But if you stay there long enough, you become accustomed to the smell and it doesn't bother you anymore." No matter how far off the path you may feel, there's always a way back if you're willing to commit to your betterment. Don't sit and get used to the smell of negativity that you don't even recognize the smell or yourself anymore. It's in our darkest times, the hardest challenges, where we must take action towards our betterment. Tomorrow isn't promised. And the quote says, "Never do tomorrow what you can do today. And keep fighting the good fight."
It's up.